Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf and welcome back to the channel. And I tried to edit down all of this footage. I got rid of a bunch of footage and it still almost ended up being a 30-minute long video. I think that's a testament to how awesome Zoo Knoxville has turned over the last couple years. Honestly, Casey and I have not, the last time she went was maybe 8 years ago, probably 10 years for me. And I always remember when we would come here on school trips, even way back then, I graduated high school in 2005. There was always some kind of major construction going on, and the lions were hid, or the tiger was hid, and everything was behind construction walls and scrims. And it seemed like this place was just under a perpetual construction cloud. Nothing was ever complete. And now here it is, August of 2019, and we finally said, we said it coming home from Dollywood last weekend. We were coming down back up through Knoxville, and we're coming back home a really, really long way. And we saw the signs for it, and we're like, you know what? Next weekend, let's try to stop by the zoo and just give it a look. And even she said, she's like, do we really want to? And then I was like, yes, it's been so many years. Let's just stop by and see what is going on. And we were absolutely not disappointed. They definitely have most of the construction done. This place is absolutely nothing like I remember it. We actually even signed up for annual passes. We enjoyed it so much today, and it's mind-boggling cheap to get in this place. If you're just coming off the street, it's $19 to get in, $19.95. But we are our house insurance and car insurance, everything is through Farm Bureau, and we actually got another discount because our insurance is through them. So we got in for $14.95 a piece. The most expensive thing we spent on all day was the food. So that was the biggest setback. Both of us, I got a cheeseburger and she got a chicken salad, and we got 2 drinks and 2 bottled waters, and it was almost $30. But that was before we purchased the season passes, which actually take 20% off the food. But yeah, we were just not expecting the park to have evolved like this. Now, like I said, granted, it's been 10 years since I've been here, so this whole Asia Trek area, absolutely mind-blowing. That's the part we're going in right now. This part is fairly new. This is the newest section of the park. This wasn't even dreamed of the last time I was here. So, but the park in a whole, it was just it's in an awesome state. So stinking clean. The bathrooms were clean. The pathways were clean. Enclosures looked immaculate today. I just couldn't believe what has happened to this place. This original kind of boring construction zone that I remember from a decade ago has completely transformed. And like I said, I absolutely cannot praise it enough. And I can guarantee it will not be another 10 years before I make another stop at Zoo Knoxville. And a lot of you guys know, maybe some of you watching this video don't know, but we've got a video game coming out. It's a video game exclusive to if you play video games on a computer, called Planet Zoo. And once that came out, once the announcement that game was coming out, and you can have a look on the channel, you can see we're covering it kind of extensively. But once that came out, once the announcement was made, that is kind of what triggered my Zoo Knoxville kind of almost planning phase. And then, of course, like I said, coming home last weekend and going right by the entrance, we're yeah, we need to try that. And so yeah, I definitely think that not only have they resold me again Like I mentioned, obviously getting the season passes, but with that game coming out and just wanting to kind of get some idea. Basically, if you don't know, it's a game where you create a zoo. That is the whole basis of the game. You create a zoo, you bring in the animals, you breed the animals, you do the research on them, the healthcare, everything about this. Like, you could recreate Zoo Knoxville in this game. Some of you guys that might not be too familiar with actual gaming nowadays may remember back in the day the Zoo Tycoon games. That this is going to be basically what I'm considering the spiritual successor to the Zoo Tycoon series. And like I said, it's called Planet Zoo, and you can just give it a quick Google search and you can read a bunch of stuff on it. But that is kind of what has driven me back to this zoo. And it's really cool, like listening to the developers, and they, like the developers of the game, Frontier, they're a development company out of the United Kingdom, listening to them kind of explain some of the reasoning for their designs and stuff that they're implementing in the game. It was so neat today to sit back and see some of that in a real-time zoo. And I think that's going to be really neat, kind of coming back to the zoo and just comparing it with the gameplay and what they've programmed and what they've coded. I think that is going to be really, really fun. That's going to be a really fun aspect for me. Like Casey, she loves going and seeing the animals, and they're talking about like a Halloween Boo in the Zoo event. So she loves all that, but I have a whole nother dynamic in store for Zoo Knoxville, and being this close. We're only like an hour away. It's like the same distance. It's maybe a little farther to here than it is to Dollywood for us. But this, like I said, this has just totally has blown me away today. Here's the Malayan Tiger exhibit here. They've kind of retooled that around this Asian Trek area. Really, really awesome. The animals, I have to say, really, really active today, even as hot as it was. That's another thing that Casey was saying. She's like, I can't wait till we get to come up here in the fall and watch them when it's cooler, 60s, 70s, when they're going to be even more active. But yeah, today, really, really active animals. I mean, even like right here in the heat of the day, the tiger out walking about, roaming around. And like we were mentioning, can't wait to come back in the fall. And the thing about Zoo Knoxville is they don't have a major closing season like Dollywood and Splash Country and all that do. It is Zoo Knoxville is open 363 days. They only close on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Other than that, there could be, a foot of snow on the ground, and they do not care. If it's in the middle of January, you can come experience the park. And we think that is what is really, really cool. No blackouts, only closed 2 days. They've added a ton of restaurants. This is the Bistro restaurant that we're kind of walking up here. This is the far back corner of the Asia Trek area. And as you're making your way into the entrance of the zoo, the Asia Trek is immediately off to your left. Like you'll see at the end of the video, you'll see the Black Bear Falls kind of exhibit, and then if you peel directly off to the left, you'll start seeing the signs for the Asia Trek area. They've got the red panda exhibit. You'll see that here in a minute as we kind of roll through. The red pandas, we heard, just had a baby. Like literally, I think just this past week had it. So they still kind of have it in the back. Like it's not out there for you to see yet. They just had a new baby giraffe born. Towards the end of this video, you get to see the giraffe. Really, really cool. She is out there right now. Was just born on July 1st. As a matter of fact, one of the keepers was telling us that they have, here's the red panda village, like stairs going up. They kind of have the zebras and the giraffes separated right now because the zebras can be a little mean. They've already accepted all the other giraffes, like the parents and all that. But if they were to get a little antsy around the baby giraffe or not accept it, they could kick it, bite it, try to stomp it. Yeah, giraffes, they really, apparently you have to kind of watch them. So they are not mingling with the giraffes right now. They've totally kept them separated. You can't even feed the giraffes right now because they're housing the giraffes. They're housing the zebras where you usually feed the giraffes. And here's that cute little red panda. And like I said, the baby is still up, but this little guy was out walking around. This was shot earlier in the morning, pretty much right when we first got there. We saw the signs for the new Asia Trek area, and we knew we wanted to go check it out first before it got really crowded. The crowd, it was pretty decent today. The parking lot looked a lot worse though than once we actually got in the park. It was by no means shoulder to shoulder. There was one area you'll see coming up here in a few minutes where we walk by this big, they have a new, they've kind of like put this, I don't know how new it is. It looks new, but they have a big splash pad area, and that kind of got a little crowded through there because they have like the splash pad and a big Dippin' Dots stand. That got a little crowded right through there, kind of like when you're making your way down to the lions. But other than that, it was fine. And any of you guys that do not like to see snakes, you've probably got about another minute and a half left, and we are going to be looking at some snakes. So you might want to fast forward past this part of the video. We'll kind of make our way around here to the tortoises, and got a couple little guys feeding up here. Couldn't see any in this enclosure. Look, they've got like they're trying to grow a little tree right there. They've got it fenced off so the little tortoises don't try to break it down and nibble on the leaves. But here in just a sec, I'll pan to the right, and there's some little guys down here feeding. Here they are. Really, really cute. This guy's making like a slow dash to the corner. And then up next, we've got our big fella. I didn't get, there was a bunch of people standing in front of the sign. Next time we go back, I really want to see how old this tortoise is. And so yeah, coming up right now, you're going to be coming up on some snakes. This guy right here just shed its skin. This is a little rattlesnake. Really, really cool. The snakes were a lot more active than I thought they were going to be. And you can see the skin there kind of laying off to the left. Really cool. Coming up next is the dusty rattlesnake. Blends in really, really well with that rock and that like shrub and sand. This is an interesting little guy right here. The eastern milk snake, very active little guy. And I was reading on the little plaque, apparently they can mimic a rattlesnake. Like whatever they do with their tail, they can fake actually being a rattlesnake, and kind of can help them, kind of scare off and evade anything that is trying to eat it. So yeah, it is a little imposter snake, the eastern milk snake. And after this, we kind of get ready to roll on. Not a huge reptile section. Matter of fact, this part actually used to totally be indoors, but they've kind of got all of this little section outdoors now. Maybe it kind of helps them with the natural light. I was thinking maybe this is a covered area. We've got some like little alligators in here. Really, really neat. They're just kind of chilling here, and I'll pan over here in a second. And this guy's kind of in the water, just hanging out. Really cool. This is kind of, I love these little these little overhangs and these little tunnels for the gaboons, I believe, gabbins, I believe they call them. And they can use these little tunnels to get to all the different little sections of their area. And that is a really, really, sometimes when I'm in zoos and stuff, and you particularly looking at the primates, the apes, the gorillas, they always look so sad, but these guys with this newest exhibit, you could actually tell like they were having fun running all over this exhibit. I thought that was really, really cool just to kind of see those guys just really enjoying that new exhibit. They got this really cool little safari train here. They were getting ready to take these little kids around on. I get a shot of it here in a few minutes, but I always thought that's so neat when they have these little trains. This is a little prairie dog exhibit right here to your right. That a couple of them were out, but I noticed they ducked back into their little tunnels, and I didn't see them again for about another 5-7 minutes. There's my sister kind of peeking up out of the hole. She went with us. But yeah, those guys, they kind of disappeared there into their little tunnels, and I didn't see them anymore, so we kind of moved on from that part. There's the little train. They get that rolling here in a minute. And just the vegetation and all that they have at this little park, it is just incredible work. For the foliage, it complements the exhibits just like perfectly. And there's a couple little bird exhibits. We got some little falcons over here. Really cool theming, particularly on that building right there. African pygmy falcon. See him kind of up there, up near the light on his little branch. And like I said before, really interesting stuff as far as this exhibit design goes. And I'm really looking forward to copying this on, using Planet Zoo. And matter of fact, we'll probably do another video after this on Planet Zoo. We just got confirmation from Bo on the forums that we actually will be able to have invisible fences. So we'll be able to do like the kind of like Disney's Animal Kingdom, implied type of fence area. I thought that is going to be really cool. But yeah, guys, like I said, I think I've yapped long enough here. I've tried to cut out a bunch of this so I didn't have to keep you guys here for 30 minutes, but you'll just have to let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you've ever been to Zoo Knoxville and what you think of it and kind of what you think of this whole review video. And you've still got about another 14-15 minutes. We'll run give you some upbeat music to roll through the rest of this on, and just kind of let me know what you guys think, and give me a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video, and let me know if you want me to go back and maybe do some more enclosure focused videos. And then, that way, probably next time I go back, I was so excited kind of being here. Big shout out to my camel friend, Rudy. I got your camel in here if you made it this far in the video. And, but yeah, I was so excited with the state of the zoo this time. I literally filmed everything I could. Like I said, if I wouldn't have cut back on some of this, it probably could have went another 15 minutes. It most likely would have been a 45 to 50 minute video. So like I said, really fun park. I definitely will be back, and maybe we can get in there now that we're pass holders and sign up for some of the behind the scenes events. I think that would be really cool to kind of get in here and film for you guys. This is looking out at the really neat big elephant enclosure. Had a lot of fun kind of walking around through this. I believe that was, I forget what his name was. Let's see if I think maybe I stop here at one of these signs in a second. That was Tonka. Yes, that was Tonka, the big bull right at the beginning of the video, I believe. And but yeah, when I actually came through this time, all the elephants were inside in their little exhibit. A bunch of people in there, so I didn't kind of get in there and film. That was pretty packed. Plus, it was like freezing cold air conditioning, so that was really cool. But yeah, this is all that I have filmed, guys. Like I said, we've got a ton of stuff going on, and they have a ton of events going on. Here's the little baby giraffe right there. Like I said, just born on July 1st, so just celebrated its 1 month birthday a couple days ago. And there's the parents kind of keeping a watchful eye there in the shade. He's kind of just sitting out there in the sun, just taking it all in. I've seen some videos of, I think it's her though. I've seen some videos of her. She's already running around the exhibit, and I mean like full on trot. And so that was really neat. We ended up eating at Aldo's up here. Got a really good cheeseburger. Like I said in the beginning, it was $30 for two of us, but we did get 4 drinks, and that was without any, without any pass holder discounts. But still, really good restaurant. And there's a few seats inside, but it's basically like big queue line. You order in there, and then you kind of bring your food out here and kind of look for shade. And this coming up right here, this is the zebra exhibit. You can kind of see them out there. And peeling back that way, that dead ends to the Egyptian and the lion area. And you'll see here in a few minutes, we kind of make our way back there. But the lions weren't really active. Saw two females, did not see the male, thinking he might be inside. I don't think he's at any other zoo right now or on loan or anything. But I think he was just inside. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, I'll go ahead and let you go here. Don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video. And don't forget, this probably got another 10 minutes left. Really, really interesting stuff. One of the silverback male gorilla comes piling in and almost busts one of the females out of the way. Here was my cheeseburger and Casey's chicken salad. Really, really good salad and good burger. That burger was about $11.99. But so yeah, just let me know what you think. And yeah, like I said, we will head back down to Zoo Knoxville. And yep, thank you guys for hanging out. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.